Hello there YouTube, I'm Wheelchair21, and on today's rolling review, we'll be looking at the Ultramonster X and Ultramonster X DX vinyl series. They're pretty much Spark Dolls. Actually, they are Spark Dolls, and they're just explicitly listed as Ultraman X vinyls, just because I guess they were trying to do a little bit of a change-up between Ginga S, Ultra Victory Fights, as well as the, most recent series to air. Now, these vinyls are actually four that we see at the end of the show. Three of them are main characters. One of them is just a favorite kaiju of mine. And since, they're practically the same type of vinyls, you can expect the same types of points of articulation. Like with Cyber Gomora here, who is pretty much Daichi's Gomora, just in its cybernetic form. It has, only 3 points of articulation, and that is both its arms and its tail. Honestly, it's not that well designed. It probably would be a lot more detailed and a lot more interesting if it was a DX figure, because as you can see, a lot of the features that are on it are mostly nice silver metallic or a good light blue metallic and red and some yellow. And as you can see, the yellow actually warps off real easily. It wears, it chips off. And I think that if Cyber Gomora would have been in the DX line, it would have been a whole lot better. And I think it would have been a whole lot neater just to be, a DX kaiju, especially since he was quite big in the show, but now he's shorter than the goddamn Ultra himself. His card, actually comes with a trading card, so inside you have your little card here. It's taped in, and it's a different variation of his actual Cyber Gomora card, but still features a photo from his original debut back in the original Ultraman series. Gomess, this is Gomess S. S stands for special because, this one is actually a lot more special than you think. Gomess was originally based off of a Godzilla suit, and in doing so, the episode he, re-debuted in, or I should say was featured in for Ultraman X, was also on Godzilla's birthday, an homage to the company, Tetsuburaya Productions, to their founder, and also one of the lead creators in the Godzilla franchise itself, Eiji Tetsuburaya. So, this one here, similar to Cyber Gomora, uses 3 points of articulation, hands, and the tail. I would have thought the waist would have been in there, but it's nice and hard, solid glued in, so it won't fall apart on you or unplug from itself. And let's take a minute to look at its cyber card, which actually makes it a lot bulkier, a lot cooler, and also does feel like if it would have had a vinyl, it would have been pretty much a retool between Gomora and Gomess itself. Honestly, it's really nice, and I like it. But it does have a few differences from the original, which was actually just a Godzilla suit itself. And the back of the card shows you that it's the actual Ultra Q in color photo of him, rather than his original black and white debut. Now we have Exceed X, who actually has a wonderful silver design. I think he's one of the only Ultras to ever go to a full silver color, other than like the Next and Nexus designs, but most of his body is straight up silver with not like accents of red or blue or whatever the hell you want to say, because mostly black, a little bit of purple, but overall nice. Really like the features to him. I gotta say, comparing him to his basic form, it's a really good upgrade, especially because I like this horn. This one horn right here, which actually becomes his X Slugger, is probably one of the cool things about the design of the suit overall. The Exceed Slugger coming off of his head is pretty dang decent, or at least being formed from the head, I should say, is a cool overall motif and design. And I actually just overall love the figure, and it does actually come with a card, which I didn't actually expect. I thought the card would come with the actual Exceed Slugger, but I think it also comes with an additional card or two. I don't have the Slugger, don't care for it, since, all you need really is the vinyl to activate said form. Last but not least, we have the series' main villain, which is Greeza. He is one of the only few characters in the DX line, which means he's a lot bigger, one more detailed, and honestly isn't missing too much. The only thing that is wrong with Greeza is that they didn't make a regular first form Greeza in the regular vinyl line. But they went right to his final design, which you see in the last episode of the show, which he assumes the previous episode. Like, at the very, very end, he finally assumes this super form, which is honestly really bitchin'. When early designs leaked on the internet, several of us thought he was some type of Balton because of how his head is designed. We thought he was either a Balton or some kind of older Sajin, just upgraded and stronger due to a consumption of Spark Dolls. However, he is completely different altogether. Honestly, I like his white and purple design. The blue really blends in great. He feels very like that he's of royalty, and also just a straight up killer, mauler. And I do enjoy the fact that he has these weird backbone structures coming out of him. Honestly, I haven't even opened up his card, which is probably very stupid of me. I should have opened up this sooner so I don't damage it on camera, but here we go, breaking the seal. And here is the Cyber Greeza card. Very well, very nice detailed. Honestly, one of the most bitchin' cards I own. And the back shows unknown because this is his initial debut. So, yeah, he has 3 points of articulation like most vinyls, waist, and arms. So, let's go into actually featuring all of our Spark dolls with the X-Devizer, whether it be the actual dolls themselves, and the Cyber cards to see what they have to say and do.
Ultraman X パワーアップ堆積完了しました。ウルトラマン X パワーアップは味方ですか？ウルトラマン X パワーアップロードします。いくぞ。ウルトラマン X パワーアップの力を起動します。シャー。ザラディウム光線。起動成功。サイバーゴモラロードします。よし、行くぞ。サイバーゴモラアーマーアクティブ。ゴモラ振動波。ダオディクションを起動します。ゴメス解析中。ゴメス解析完了しました。エネルギーチャージモードへ移行します。ゴメスエネルギーダウン。サイバーゴメスロードします。よし、行くぞ。サイバーゴメスアーマーアクティブ。ダオディクションを起動します。グリーザ解析中。グリーザ解析完了しました。エネルギーチャージモードへ移行します。グリーザチャージ完了。サイバーグリーザロードします。よし、行くぞ。サイバーグリーザアーマーアクティブ。
Alright, after our demo portion of this review, it's time for evaluation time, where I tell you why you should get these figures or why you shouldn't. First off, I'm going to say why I got these figures, personally from my own opinion. Well, I've come to really love Ultraman X. I've come to love a lot of the new designs, a lot of the new suits, and, well, honestly, I like the Spark Doll gimmick ever since Genga. Exceed X is pretty damn decent and pretty damn cool, and I'm glad he actually comes with his card. Cyber Gomora. It's Daichi's best friend. I mean, Gomora was always there for him, even though it was just a toy, or a captured toy, or whatever the hell you want to say. And it's always been out there for him. So having Cyber Gomora, which is his on-screen representation, is always great to have and own. Greeza is the main villain. He's kind of the whole reason this whole show was thrown together, plot-wise. So it's a convenient reason to probably get him, if you want to have the main villain to go with your main hero and protagonist, and his support. And as for Gomess, if you're an Ultra fan, if you're a Godzilla fan, if you're an Eiji Tetsubara fan, you'll want to get him. I mean, hey, it was a Godzilla suit at first in Ultra Q. Then it got its own suit due to licensing and copyrights. But still, Tsuburaya Productions always tries to throw an homage to its predecessor, its father, its grandfather, so on and so forth, and its creator nonetheless. So, that's one reason why I had to get Gomess personally. So, if you're just getting into the Ultra franchise, I recommend 3 out of the 4. If you've been a fan of the Ultra franchise, I surely think you should get all 4, unless you already have a previous incarnation of Gomess and you don't want to add more Gomoras to your collection. You can find most of these figures on online retailers that supply Ultraman products and other tokusatsu products, as well as probably some anime and hobby shops here in the States. Now, they're roughly about $8 for these smaller vinyls, about $15 for the big one here for Greeza, but it's a pretty decent deal since these cards tend to go for $2 to $3 in Japan when you buy them separately or from their vending machines there. So, it's overall a decent deal. However, people who got older vinyls probably prefer them just because they're bigger. I like these because they actually have a reason to be produced now, since they do go with your goddamn henshin devices. So, the fact that they made a gimmick that works with the actual vinyl collecting and the actual show is a plus. So, if you like this video, please leave a comment, actually like it, share it on Twitter, share it to your friends, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more rolling reviews, Doyle's DVDs, card game shenanigans, and Let's Builds. You can also check these videos here on my channel, or over at hirotaku.com. You can follow me on Twitter, as well as Instagram, and I'll see you next time.